Hello my peculiars and welcome back or welcome to my peculiar corner if you're new here. My name is Andy and here we are at yet another magical Friday encounter. I hope your week went well and I hope it's getting warm for you as well. Here the weather is getting nicer, but we still have some rain, which I love a lot. But I also love cycling, and rain with cycling don't really go together that well. But well, enjoying rain and just getting a nice cup of tea and a good book in your hand, that's the best way to spend the weekend sometimes, right? Anyway, today we are gonna dive deeper into the Ology series and we are gonna do a flip through Oceanology. This is a very nice book. Like all the other Ology books, as you can see, it keeps the same format of the cover. We have some jewels here as well, but you will see soon the close-ups. And also it's written from a point of view of like a journal, an explorer. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's crack on with the show. Here we are back and ready to dive into the world of Oceanology. Now, it says here the true account of the voyage of Nautilus. You already know Nautilus from Jules Verne. If you didn't read, I advise you to read. The adventures are amazing. All the books are very nice. So, as I mentioned already in the intro, it keeps the same format as you can see. And we really have a very nice, like a 3D kind of picture here. I don't know if you are able to see it properly. I hope you are, but it's very beautiful. It looks like really you are looking through the window of a submarine and you're just seeing, it looks like Atlantis there and a big octopus. And then you open the book and you can see how beautifully done it is. And I'm sorry if my phone is moving. Again, we have, as always, our eternal issues with the tripod. I will try and not move it too much. Now, here we have a lot of like tickets and traveling tickets, of course. We have a jellyfish illustration, and here we have a letter. As we already know from the other books, we have a lot of pop-ups in the Ology series. And here is a letter. I really hope you can see it. Now, it's not that long, so I will just read it to you. It's dated 25th of March 1863. To my dear Zoticus, I'm writing to you in haste to ask you to join me as my assistant on what is sure to be an important voyage of discovery. I enclose a newspaper advertisement to enlighten you, and I entreat you to meet me in Marseille for departure no later than 2nd of April. In taking you with me, I hope to uphold my promise to your dear father to oversee your education in his absence. I am certain that this expedition will be beneficial not only to ourselves, dear boy, but to the scientific community at large. Until next week, then, I remain your friend, Professor Pierre Aromax. Again, as I told you, it's the same like all the other books, like it follows a story, and here you have the article from the newspaper. Scientists wanted for sea voyage of discovery and enlightenment. Naturalists, cartographers, meteorologists, experts on currents, tides, and bathymetry all sought for voyage of a lifetime. Please apply in writing to Captain Nemo, Casilla 1001, Cadiz, España. Absolute discretion required. Very nice start of the story, right? And here we also have a pop-up and we have a picture. To my dear, I think is Loticus or Zoticus, I'm not sure yet. Here is a small memento which I hope will keep you company while I'm serving in Mexico. I deeply regret having to leave you, my son, but I'm sure you will be looked after well by the professor. Stay well and study hard, just as your dear mother would have wished. Your loving father. And here we have a picture with Loticus, Zoticus' father. Now, here you can see it was published by the 5 Mile Press. And now we have the first part, A Voyage of Discovery. Hold on, I have a cauldron here, so I will just move it so you can, because I can see that it creates shade. Okay, So here we have the life and works of Matthew Maury. Early life, winds and currents, the father of oceanology, mapping the seabed, the Northwest Passage. Again, it is extremely educational. Here we have the underwater kingdom. Here we have Fratercula Arctica, the Atlantic puffin. Here we have a navigator's instruments. So, you know, you can learn about compass, barometer, sextant, telescope, chronometer. And here, as you can see, it's a beautiful illustration of a ship. And we have here some picture with the expedition crew, yes. And it says left to right, Professor Ewing, then Ned Land, fisherman, Zoticus du Lesseps, research assistant, Professor Aronnax, natural historian specializing in aquatic species. So yeah, you can see them here in the picture. Here we have a history of diving, the mighty Nautilus. Here we have a beautiful pop-up illustration of the Nautilus ship that is also opening, so you can actually see inside, and it explains to everything. Nautosphere docking bay, air tanks, galley, cruise quarters, storeroom, and you can see how beautiful and colorful it is. Here we have a history of diving and some years. It's like Leonardo da Vinci in the 1400s, 1531, the first diving bell, 1690 Edmund Halley, and so on. Here it even explains to you again another illustration of a submarine. Here we also have like the costume of a scuba diving. As we are accustomed with the Ology series, we also have a map. This is our route below the waves, so this is the route that our expeditors took. And here we have an albatross, here we have a pod of dolphins, and of course this will open and reveals another map. This is a map of the seabed, the lost city. You see an underwater mountain range, and then of course, as always, we have the sides as well. So here we have the mysterious depths, you know, about Mariana Trenches and everything. And it's a surface zone, sunlight zone, twilight zone, midnight zone, the abyss, and the trenches. That's how the mysterious depths, the seabed is categorized. And then we have the other side, and here we have ocean life. This is one of my most favorite illustrations. I love it. It reminds me of an old atlas, and again it shows you the ocean life on the surface zone. Then we have the sunlit zone, the twilight zone, midnight zone, the abyss, and then you have the trenches. Again, here, for example, you have each animal, it's numbered, and then you have the name on the side. It's beautifully done and educational, so you will learn a lot, as well as your kids definitely will as well. But you will also learn a lot. I can definitely promise you that. Now here we have the open ocean. This we have a food chain of ocean life, then giants of the deep. And then if we open this one, is like it's moving. I'm not sure if you can see that. Maybe you can. I think in the video you might see the pearl inside the shell. I see the shell closed from my side, so yeah. And here we have great white shark, saltwater crocodile, giant clam, lion's mane jellyfish, blue whale, and giant squid. And here we have also like a plate with illustrations of some ocean life. And then if we open it, we have plate 2. Again, super nicely done. Then we have here explained the ocean's currents, and we have the surface currents and the thermal cycle. Here we have Melville's Moby Dick. Beautiful illustration of the underwater. Here it's about the seabed. Here we have Captain Nemo's sketches. What strange beasts were these? Here we have a fossil. And again, this is stuck here. It looks like a pop-up. It's not. You cannot open it or anything, but it adds depth to the book. And here we have Kings of Camouflage. Again, I'm not sure if you can. Probably you already see the seahorse here. From my side, I see only... Maybe if I do this... I don't know. We will see in the final, in the pre-production. And here we have seaweeds of the world. And we have green, red and brown. Here we have the Antarctic ice shelf. This is a southern fur seal. The migration of the humpback whale. Here it is explained in the map for you. And here we have probably something from Captain Nemo. Not sure. Let's open it. Oh yeah, I remember this. To while away our journey south, Ned showed me some dice games he often played to pass the time on his whaling expeditions. He had carved the die we played with from a whale's tooth, a technique they call scrimshaw. And here you have the dice games, you know, it explains to you. I will open it for you, so if you want to pause and read the game's description, feel free to do so. And here we have our dice. So you just put the dice together. You have illustrations on each side. They are creatures of the deep, mermaids, dragons, a compass, Poseidon, I would say. So yeah, you get the picture. It's beautifully done. I've never played this game actually, so it will definitely happen once the house is done and my room is done. But again, as you can see, Ology never disappoints. It keeps the same interactive way and it makes you wanna just, you know, dive deeper into everything and just learn more. This we have an example of scrimshaw, a nautical pastime. Now here we have the Great Barrier Reef. Again, one extremely beautiful illustration. Here we have the airlock operating procedures. Here we have a selection of corals, and here it's again another stunning sample. We have a dry jellyfish specimen collected by Professor Aaron X. It's shiny. I really hope you can see the shine there. It's glittery. Adds depth again to the book. Creatures of the reef, and here we have some physical adaptations, attraction, reproduction, defense, and black-saddled pufferfish. Here we have types of coral reef, and again the coral kingdom, and here you see some numbers on the side as well, and then they are all explained for you so you actually understand what each creature is and so on. Then we arrive here, Shipwreck, the Astrolabe, 1785. Here we have a letter, but it's not complete, it's just part of it. Here we have another pop-up. And we have a coin. And here it says, I managed to salvage one gold coin to keep as a souvenir from the unfortunate astrolabe. And here you can see how the coin looks like. Again, it adds that something to the story and makes it more real. Here we see a grand hall, ship's bell, a silver salver, a bronze clock, compass, dragon's helmet, and here we also have a location map. Now this can be removed, so, and here it says ship and estimated date of sinking. And here you have many ships that sank, and also it shows you each ship where approximately it sank. An underwater volcano. Here we have the moving plates of the Earth's surface. As you can see, the tectonic plates. Here we have the plate boundaries. Again, extremely well detailed. An artist's impression of a seismic wave. Then we have here again another map. This book particularly is full of maps. And here it says the theories of Snider Pellegrini. And here we have another sample specimen. It's rock sample collected by Professor Ewing. And really, when you touch it, it feels like a rock. It feels like granite. I'm not sure if it's visible in the video, but it is, again, quite shiny. Now into the deep. We are into the very deep. Like this is, looks like the floor ocean's floor. Here we have mythical beasts of the deep. So we have a kraken, leviathan, the sea serpent, and Scylla and Charybdis. Here we have some of the creatures of the deep explained. A narrow escape. Here we have the giant squid, some other finches from the Galapagos, Charles Darwin and the Origin of Species, which, by the way, I have a book only about Charles Darwin. It's done in the same style as the Ology series. It's like a pop-up book, so there are a lot of letters there and everything. We are going to do flip throughs that as well, because it's a beautiful collection. There are more. It's like Marco Polo, Cleopatra, Darwin, and I think there is one more, Shakespeare. So there are 4 books about important history figures done the same as Ology series, and those are beautifully done as well. So here we have Darwin on the Galapagos, the HMS Beagle, the ship on which Darwin traveled on his voyage of discovery, 1831-1836. Beautiful picture. And then a short history, evolution and natural selection, about Darwin. Here, this is beautifully done. It's a web of life, and here it's explained. Professor Ernak showed me how to draw a web of life to illustrate how the many different creatures we have encountered are linked. This web is based on the Swedish naturalist Carolus Linnaeus' system of grouping animals according to how they are related. Linnaeus divided the animal kingdom into phyla, which were then divided into classes, orders, families, genera, and finally species. The professor emphasized that although the variety of life on Earth does not fit neatly into these categories, they at least give us a starting point to help us come to terms with the magnitude of species there are. As you can see, it's very nicely done. So you can do the same, you can do your own. Here we even have a little test, and we have the answers, like how much water is there on Earth, what percentage of the world's water is salt water, where is the deepest ocean trench, and questions like this. Beautiful. You can always play between each other, and you can also be interactive and create your own animal kingdom. And here we have the transatlantic telegraph cable. Atlantis. As you can see, our explorers found Atlantis. Here we have the lost city of Atlantis, and it shows a little map and a little history about it. Beautiful illustration of Atlantis. And here we are at the end. We have here a commercial for Jules Verne's new book. As you can see, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's what I hope that that's the title in English. If I'm mistaken, just correct me in the comments below. Here we have another last letter, and of course, as we are used with all the Ology books, at the end of each book we have something bigger, and here we have, I would say this is Poseidon's spear. yeah, I would say it's like the head of despair. And here we even have something written in a different language, and a letter from Zoticus to Mr. Verne. And now here we are at the end. As you know, we have a message on the back cover of the book, and it says, "What great mysteries lie beneath the rolling waves of the sea. For centuries, man has mused upon what might await him in those murky depths, drawn by fear and fascination in equal measure. Now I, Zoticus de Lesseps, have joined the ranks of those adventurers who have sought to make the ocean surrender her secrets, only to find that my success is but a curse. I will remain forever haunted by the truth of what really lurks beneath the ocean's endless horizon." And with this, we are ending the flip through. I really hope you enjoyed this as much as I did doing the flip through for you. And let me know in the comments below if you are gonna get some of the ology books, at least the ones you have seen until now. If you go on my channel, if you're new here and you don't know, and you go on my channel, you will see that I already did another ology books flip throughs, and I'm planning to all of them, because there are like around 13 or 14 these big ones, and then each has, some of them they have handbooks, some they have writing kits and so on, and I want to review and flip through all of them, so you can dive into the magic of the ology series with me. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell so you can always stay up to date with my content, like, comment, so you can help me grow a bit my peculiar corner. And I really hope you are enjoying everything I'm putting out for you. If you have any ideas, or if you have any encyclopedias that you would like to recommend, please let me know down in the comments. I would be more than happy to read your recommendations, to do flip throughs of the books that you recommended me. And yeah, until then, and until next week, don't forget two very important things: stay magical, stay peculiar, always. Bye for now.